all the time. My take on what Adam is saying, and I just want a continuation of what he's saying. It wasn't too long ago that I learned and finally recognized what probably everybody else knew but me, and I just got the memo, is that your body is this amazing vessel that I call my earth suit. It's what I put on when I'm walking this earth that houses the soul. I guess you might say I'm a, what do you call it, a meat-covered bag of bones with stardust in me, because you know we all come from out there, and the wholeness of our ability to connect not only outside of us but primarily connect with all that's in us to accomplish the things that Adam has mentioned, and the goals that we have about reaching our highest version of ourselves, connecting with God, connecting with all that is, the divinity, what Einstein, Tesla, and Hawking all talk about is this beautiful field of energy that is around us, that envelops us constantly, and there's constantly things we can access. There's angels, we know there's angels, there's everything around us, you know, where some of us are told to deny that's hocus pocus, but a lot of us know for sure. I mean, I've met angels, I've been saved, my life was reprieve, my death was reprieve from the fact that I communicated with some angels, or they came and communicated with me. But when I was younger, I was so obese and I was so self-abusive. I drank a lot of alcohol and I didn't eat well. A bucket of a Colonel and a box of Krispy Kremes was, you know. But I was starving this beautiful vessel that I was given by creation to get me through this, right? Because I've discovered what I've heard, and now it's true. Science tests this. All the knowledge of the universe that God gave us, wherever your God may be, is already in us. It's in every single cell. And we know that there are trillions and trillions of cells that compose us, inside, outside, whatever. Accessing the knowledge that's in these cells, where all the mysteries and all the answers and all the truths to every question we've ever had, understandings, exists. But yet we've been trained, and it's no one's fault, but over our lifetimes, we've been kind of programmed not to place a lot of importance on what's in us. Everything is out, physical, outside of us, and everything you need is outside. Or don't you dare think, be quiet and listen to yourself. Oh, we don't want that. But when you tap in, and I can honestly say I appears to fail, when you go through and you see how much you are actually capable of achieving in your lifetime, moment to moment to moment, this moment, next moment, there is no tomorrow, there's no yesterday, all we have is now, but everything you can do is possible once you focus on nurturing that is within you. So, Adam made a point the other day that I've been thinking about a lot about. It's like, I used to drink a lot. And I remember people saying, oh, you're going to kill brain cells. Oh, you're going to kill your brain cells. Well, yeah, I sure was. You know, my brother just reminded me of it the other day. Remember in the 60s, you did a lot of stuff, and now you're probably going to suffer. I go, why did you have to put that out there, you know? Don't let me forget. Making someone never forget their past is just the best way to get you the future. Anyway, so it started making sense to me. And I did the first Walk the Talk series. I'm so honored to be the very first speaker that walked on the stage in the very first early days of it. It was quite an honor, and I was scared out of my mind. But it dawned on me that if we want to access this data that's in us, that God put in us, the kingdom of God lives in all of us, they say, then I better take care of this, because the integrity of my earth suit, I'm a host to all these cells in my body. I'm hosting them. I'm glad they have them here. They're what's keeping me all together. But if I abuse my body, and I deep drink and I kill cells, Adam said, hey, do you ever think about this? If we're a cell inside a big part of this universe, who says that we're not? The universe isn't our cell, our cellular isn't part of another big body. And what if that guy abuses him? I mean, no. So in other words, we're at the center of the center of the center of the center. It never ends. You know, we're always part of something bigger and smaller. But when you abuse yourself, then you destroy your body's ability to tap into the all that's in you. the God that's in you, whatever that may be to you. So it behooves us to take in nourishment that came from our Creator, whoever that may be to you again, because that's the language our body understands. You give that body, your body, those tools to work with, and your body's operating. Access ready, granted. You can come in. Here's all the knowledge. I can see better. I'm more clearly thought. I'm more focused. I don't drink anymore. I don't abuse myself. All of a sudden, and that's when you hear people say they do their best growth. They finally quit some bad stuff, and they quit putting down their self-abusive habits, and all of a sudden they grow and they find this new reason for being. That's what happened to me. I had to get myself out of a bottle of vodka 40 years ago. Actually, I was 40 years ago, so it was almost 30 years ago, in order to access this data. But I'm telling you, I've had people walk up to me at lectures and say, I heard you 2 years ago, I took your advice, and you know, I do feel closer to God. I'm a satellite dish. I'm a satellite dish. I'm more able now to receive, or to let go, or to go deeper inside me. You know, I like to go in. I like to call myself a psychonaut, whatever you want to do. But you don't need anything outside yourself. So if you abuse this beautiful vessel with bad food, and it's no one's fault. We've been kind of led down the road a little bit. But when we get closer to Earth, we eat more of a carbon-based diet that is complementary to our carbon-basedness. You know, that our body understands that. But today we're eating GMO, we're eating poison, we're eating this, we're eating processed foods, and we're not able to achieve that wholeness that we want to achieve. But yet, it's no one's fault. I have to really emphasize, no one's done anything wrong. We are very trainable. Dostoevsky said we're the most malleable species there is on Earth. We can be convinced of just about anything with repetitive exposure. That's all it is. Learning is just repetitive exposure. Look at the TV, same thing all the time. I will obey. And we've kind of got Tony the Tiger is God, but we easily get swayed into that. So we're mammals, let's face it, okay? We're part of a mammalian species. We can be trained just like you can train the dog to do certain things, but we can also untrain ourselves and love ourselves enough to, in the suffering, to connect deeper with our Creator who gave us this beautiful gift. I mean, the fact that we're here on Earth right now is so magical. The odds of us being right here at this given time and being alive and living on this beautiful water planet where life is beautiful, God, how can you not? But yet we're so involved with the football game like Edmonton, or what's going on with the Kardashians, that we forget what's truly important. And that what's important is what is in us. We are capable of so much more than you think you are. We were born, we were created with an inner healer. I'm a healer. But not in the fact that I can heal you, heal this man, not that kind of guy. But when you treat your body with love and respect, the way your Creator said to, then your body goes, look at the placebo effect. You don't think your body can heal itself? I can heal you right now of a disease by telling you this pill will do it. But your mind goes to work and says, yeah, I will heal myself, and it all happens. This magic happens. That's part of the universe that's in you that you can tap into. So the fact that I'm a healer means I'm not a healer in the fact that I can heal you, come to church on Sunday and all of that. But I give you the tools to activate the inner healer within you. Then you become more a whole person. I cannot tell you how many of my friends, I've lost a lot of friends during this transition, but I've also gained some very beautiful. I have a family now, a tribe of people who love me unconditionally. Anything that falls out of my mouth, they love. We love everything that falls out of our mouth. I love what they say. We don't judge each other. We're just whole, complete people sharing this joy that we've discovered. But it can't be accessed by a limited vision of the world. You have to see the deeper part of it and accept the fact that we are a beautiful creation of God and nature. Inside of us is everything we could ever want and need, but we don't know that. Once you start tapping in to what is in you, programmed in you from the time that you pop out of the womb, or whether you evolved or where you were born. I had a conversation with somebody here yesterday about that. Wherever you believe you came from, whatever. But we have the power, and that's what I'm trying to express today, is that I've discovered it. I've become an entirely, it's 69 years old. If you told me 10 years ago I would be standing here talking about this, I would have just laughed at you. But I've let go, I've surrendered. And I've been taken on this, I feel like a piece of driftwood floating on the ocean, and I'm letting the current take me. wherever it wants to do, because the minute I try to change my course, the universe laughs. It says, you know, you're going this way. And so, okay, I didn't want to learn that. Oh, that hurt. Ah, good, you learned something, dude, didn't you? You know, it's like the hand on the stove type of thing. And but I just want us all to understand that we are so beautiful. We are perfect. The only reason we're not perfect is because we've been led to think different thoughts. We've been eating different food. And we've been having negative experiences. We've been letting the fear control us, and the hate and the division and the separation that goes on in this world today. We are not separate. We are one big, huge, beautiful family. That when we all get that harmony going of love, we can change everything, my friends. But it starts with a healthy temple. This is my holy temple. Every religion on the planet Earth refers to the body. It's a holy temple. I just finished writing a book on faith. I interviewed 75 people of all various type of faiths in the world. And it's interesting to hear all their talks, but you know, all boiled down to love. That's the bottom line. It's all about love. But when you finally take care of yourself, I'm a different person. My wife in the front row will tell you. My brothers and my family used to think I was crazy, and I was. You know, I was a pretty crazy wild man there for many years, up until I was 40 years. If you hear my reputation, you go, you know. But those are. But I have a hard time living that down. But you know, I have found my way. I'm on my way home, and I'm supported by a beautiful group of people that are walking with me, and it's the most wonderful thing I've ever done. But we all are kind of on the same path as far as recognizing what we are. Yes, we are much more than we are told, and much more than we've been led to believe in all aspects of our life. So tap in, tune in, don't drop out. We need you, you know. But just that light that he talked about, Adam talked about, the light that's in us. We are light beings, the photon. That's why you see the halos and the lights and the light of God, the light of Christ. We're all part of this light. But our light cannot shine. So we can radiate out to others. If we are unhealthy inside, our physical body is unhealthy, then we're unable to achieve what we're here for. We are all given a powerful mission. I had to get reminded. I had 2 experiences where I encountered energies that were pretty scary. And one time a guy got possessed and said, your job is going to be this, now follow it, don't divide, don't depart. This is your job. I forgot about it again. It took me laying on a deathbed, making the deals with God in 1988 for me to, oh, no, I remember. You know. But sometimes it takes that in our lifetime. You know, it takes getting walked upside the head and having awful things happen. I've had some awful things. I've done some icky things. But you know, I had to go through to get to it, and I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't stumble, fall, make mistakes. But it took me getting away from my upbringing, where I was told that if you did something wrong, you were going to go to hell and burn for in perpetuity. I'm going, that's not going to work with me anymore. You can't use fear to make me behave anymore. You can't use guilt. I had to go through a reverse exorcism. Both my grandfathers were ministers. You know, I had a lot of Sunday morning, you're going to hell. But I had to get over that in order to find the true peace and love that existed in me, and it didn't come through fear and guilt and you know, I don't want to get into religious discussion here. But anyway, I think y'all understand what I'm talking about.